All right, ladies and gentlemen, good Monday morning. Welcome aboard, man. Falling apart here, my microphone. Awesome. December. It is December, man. Wow. Unbelievable. Do not blink. Unbelievable. What's going on? Joe Biden pardoned his son. Here's my shocked face. Now, of course, Democrats running around today. He did what any father would do. Not every father would lie. Lie to the country, right? Here's the problem, right, folks? Whether it's so Bill Clinton, all red and pinky and wagging that fat finger in our face. I did not have sex relations with that woman, Miss Lewinsky. We all knew he was lying. We could look past your adultery, your having sex with an intern, the most powerful man in the world having sex with an intern. Where was the Me Too movement? And then committing perjury. You're human. We look past human failures. It's the lies. Oh, Joe Biden did what any dad would do. Well, first of all, most dads wouldn't raise a crackhead piece of shit son. And then lie. I knew he was going to do it, but he lied. Kamala lied. The press secretary got all angry and lied. They all lied. So 50 years of him, and it's just he's going out exactly how he was portrayed, who I knew he was. And last night when this happened, and this morning I've been doing all my reading, nobody can remember a blanket pardon like this. He didn't get pardoned for his tax and gun crimes, the two crimes, right? Didn't get pardoned for those. He got a blanket pardon. 2014, when he got hired by Burisma in that piece of shit country, Ukraine. 2014, Joe Biden's vice president. He uses all his graft. He got a blanket pardon for all of it. No one's above the law except my son. And to read the guy's, what he wrote, this was a politicized prosecution. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? He got the best. Did you remember the judge with the plea agreement? The judge was like, I've never seen such a sweetheart agreement in my entire career. Remember that? It's because he got such great treatment. So let me get this straight, Mr. President. You have for 4 years frothed at the mouth that your Department of Justice is independent and nonpartisan. And then when you pardon your son, you say it's because your Department of Justice is doing the exact opposite. I can't stand these people. It's insane. Kid, I don't know how it's legal, but it's legal. The president's pardon powers are absolute. A blanket pardon, folks. So if Hunter Biden murdered somebody federally in those 10 years, he can't be charged. Now, a federal pardon doesn't cover the states, but we all knew it was going to happen, but it's the lies, folks. Stop lying to the American people. That's what we can't stand. Don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. So anyway, guys, it's just I've never experienced any. I've never seen graft like this. Do you guys remember? I'm old enough to remember. Donald Trump got impeached. The Democrats impeached him for a phone call. He called Zelensky and said, "Hey, man, before I give you another dime, you need to start looking into all the corruption," especially when Joe Biden flew to Ukraine and sat on stage. And I told that damn prosecutor looking into my son's bullshit that if you all don't fire that prosecutor, you're not getting our aid money. Everybody chuckled. He's on video admitting to that. And then Trump makes a phone call to say, you're not getting a dime unless you look into into the corruption, and they impeach him. I'm telling you, folks, I don't care if you're a Democrat or on that side of the fence, man. It's absolutely insane. So, all right, let's go ahead and get airborne. This This is a buffet brief. We're in technically a solo Amazon brief. You're welcome for Amazon, up 1% right now. Our Amazon bullish double vertical is printing money. We're going to talk. So we'll talk a little Amazon, but I got some Cyber Monday stuff to get out of the way. You got until midnight. What is it? 13 hours and 57 minutes or something like that. Let's just go to this page. So this is for all the folks that are joining me, not for that political rant. Big mistake. You guys, if you've been here for a little bit, you know that whenever I open Lifetime, it's only to a handful of people, usually 3 to 5. I usually max it out at 5. I was going to say my marketing team made a mistake. I'm the commanding officer. I made a mistake. I didn't tell my marketing team, hey, it's standard Lifetime, limited to 5. So there's 7 of you. There's 7 new Lifetime members. You're welcome. So I like round numbers. I'll go up to 10. The next 3 people you can get, it's not 10 grand off Lifetime. It's 12,500 discount off Lifetime. You can get till midnight. The clock's on the thing right there. And these pages do expire at midnight. You can get it for 10K. Folks, if you don't pay off your Lifetime membership in a month, I'm an idiot. I suck and I should retire. We're absolutely crushing it this year. So instead of paying 22.5 or 24, I forget where the exact value comes down. You're getting essentially a 60% discount on Lifetime. I saw a couple, Scott, I saw you come through. Welcome aboard. That's awesome. This is a great deal, folks. There are people that pay 20, 25 grand. They don't complain, which is awesome because they're like, dude, I made that back in a couple weeks. So this is a steal to do Lifetime. And then we'll shut the doors at midnight, or the next three people we close. If it's 3 people in this brief, we're closing it, and it won't be till midnight. So click here. You can either send a wire if you want for the 10, or you can use your credit card. Any questions on this? I'm going to just give you a quick Lifetime brief, and then we're going to trade and do some stuff. Vic, well worth it. I'm making money. I'm making money now that I'm trading with you, Wiz. Thank you, Vic. I appreciate it. Awesome. Well, you know what? I'm gonna look at these. Look at these people. I love grabbing these testimonials from current Lifetime people. This is me just reading bullshit. Let me show you. Come on, so true. I paid 12 grand. Well worth it. I'm making money now that I'm trading with you, Wiz. Dwayne's a perfect example. I think Dwayne's like, I joined I have one of Dwayne's testimonials from years ago. He's like, I joined because I was making 20 grand a month with you. I paid my 17.5. Let me grab those testimonials. Lifetime. Thank you, folks. Awesome. Okay. I will. I will brief the Lifetime thing right now. Let me get back to that. But again, you guys know, if you've been here for a while, that's why Scott and other people are like, dude, I'm sneaking in now. I know you usually only do a handful. Let me just give you a quick brief where it all started. I'll never forget this day, folks. It changed one of these defining moments in my life. Look at that headline and look at the date. 22 January, accelerated retirement brief. Time to go to cash, get long volatility, and buy puts on the S&P 500. Does anybody remember this? I do. It was right there. I had a very close friend in the White House, Deep Throat, who told me in December-ish, January-ish, he's like, dude, the Pentagon is freaking out. We're freaking out. And I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, something escaped from a level 4 lab in Wuhan. I'm like, what? China. They have a level 4 weapons facility in Wuhan. Something got out. They're freaking out. They're digging up the highways around the city. They're making mobile crematoriums. This is like wrath of God shit. I'm like, are you insane? You can listen to it. I have it saved, archived, January 22nd, accelerated retirement brief. Look at that headline again. What happened for the next couple weeks? Does anybody remember this period right here? I remember U.S. senators leaving a classified briefing and coming out to a microphone. Let let me start with that one. Just received a brief. Everything's fine. Remain calm. It's not coming here. What did they do? They picked up their cell phones and called their brokers and all their friends and said, get out. 4 of them definitely, because they got investigated. And of course, after the investigation, they were not charged with insider trading. What did Edward Matthew Buckley do? I did outsider trading. I told everybody. Oh, and by the way, I lost Facebook accounts. I lost Twitter accounts with shitload of followers because I was telling the truth. Donald Trump, love him or hate him. How about this? As the market started imploding, you ready? The coronavirus is very much under control in the USA. We are in contact with everyone in all relevant countries. CDC and World Health have been working hard, very smart. Stock market starting to look very good for me. This didn't age well, but thanks for the $760,000 this week. This was later. This is the dumbest tweet yet, and that's saying a lot. Thank God we did the exact opposite of Top Gun options, and we're printing money because of it. You know he deleted this tweet, don't you? Trump says he trusts China. I trust Xi on COVID, and the U.S. is total under control. Total yes. Biggest stock market rise in history yesterday. Laugh my ass off. My God, man. Buy stocks. The S&P 500 goes down 1,000 points. Biggest stock rise in history was a short squeeze. After you started your press conference 30 minutes late, front-loaded the good news until the market closed at 4, and then the crap came. See you at Monday's open. Guess what happened at Monday's open? We made $75,000 on puts. Ladies and gentlemen, do you remember all of this? Little history. At the same time, January 21st, the day before my accelerated retirement brief, where I made the famous call, Ray Dalio was in Davos with the beautiful people. Cash is trash. If you're not in the stock market, you're an idiot. Ray Dalio, cash is trash. I love it. We made 2.139, I rounded up, in a month. I got all those trades documented and everything, man, in a month. Why am I rambling about this? Because, ladies and gentlemen, you are the smart money. We are the smart money. I don't give no shit about Bill Ackman, who was a limousine liberal. Now he's a Republican. Kyle Bass, Ray Dalio, who's the guy from Double Line Capital? All those guys, folks. We are the smart money. As those people were literally crying, who was it, Bill Ackman? I think it was Ackman. One of them was crying on CNBC. We need to close the markets. I'm like, no, dude. No, closing markets, baby. Markets stay open because I'm on the other side of all your stupid bullish trades. And $250,000 to 2.7. Seth, 300, then 488, then 1.1. Christine told my husband to go to cash in his 401k 3 weeks ago. Prevented him from losing over $200,000. I'm not going to sit here and go through. Just thanks for your instruction. Feel like I've turned a corner, up 100 grand since March. Whatever, folks. This was absolutely insane. But hey, man, those are big accounts. Small account alert, 8 grand in the past 2 weeks, trading 2 to 3 contracts. Folks should feel good when they're doing well. Don't worry about others making 30, 50, 100 grand in the same time frame. You are having success. Go with it. As the account grows, so will your ability to raise contracts in the future. So, folks, this isn't just, we have people in our investment groups trading all sorts of sizes. Don't believe me? Everything's in my book, COVID Crash, From Panic to Profit. I'm telling you, man, God takes care of fools, drunks, and sailors. Bases loaded for the whiz fighter. We absolutely crushed it. This is why we came up with the investment clubs, because in the live trade briefs, I'm like, all right, I'm good, man. I'm going to sit here and just keep pounding the market into the dirt and keep printing money. And people are like, whoa, can you keep the room open? Can we? I'm like, I don't really feel like doing that. sit here all day. Why don't we start our investment club? Why don't we pool all of us together into what we call a self-directed investment club? Okay. So let's go round 2 of Donald Trump. Okay. Does anybody remember the first round? Stock market record highs, unemployment at record lows for African American, Hispanic. I'm old enough to remember China being defeated in a trade war. Do you recall that we did this during a live trade brief, I think, because we were laughing out loud. 3 Chinese dudes came to America to the White House for a signing ceremony of, let's end the trade war. Trump turned it into your standard Trump spectacle. It was an hour and 10 minutes of Trump. These 3 dudes on stage, like, are we going to sign something? Trump went around the room. Ken Griffin at Citadel. Ken, stand up. Love Ken. Ken loves me more than anybody. I love you, Ken. Where's the Boeing seat? He went around the room. It was spiking the football. It's going to happen again. And this time the guy kind of knows what he's doing, right? It's so cool that he got 4 years, took a break off to show the United States how fucking stupid people can be. And let's go. We're going to go round 2 here. Quick review of Top Gun options, man. We have training on the left side of the fence. Solo Amazon, you're technically in a solo Amazon brief. And then we have full throttle, right? Tuesday, Wednesday are 8, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8 options weapons school training sessions. And then when you're ready to execute, you jump over to the other side of the fence, either in the Hunters, which we can talk about, which is kind of our junior investment club, or the Max Afterburner team, which is what only letting 3 more people today get into. Okay, so we're here for the right side of that chart. Okay, and then so give me 5 minutes of this, and then we're going to get into the market here. Because investment clubs, everybody's heard of an investment club. Jim Cramer has his own investment club. The funny part about Jim Cramer's investment club is he sent out an alert the other day, like, update on our 33 positions. Nice investment club, dude. Invest in all 33 of these. I'm not a fucking hedge fund, man. I'm not a portfolio. You expect me to manage and monitor 30 positions? Are you insane? As you're going to see with me, I trade Amazon, the S&P 500. I got some psychedelics and maybe some sporadic other stuff. 33 positions is for stupid people. That's a drunk dude in Vegas putting chips on every blackjack spot. If you know what you're doing, you do not diversify, right? So investment clubs, everybody should know. You're familiar with them. Investment clubs exist. We are a self-directed investment club under the SEC, right? The Beardstown ladies get together, they knit, they bake pies, and they talk about stocks, and they pool their money together into one account. And then they agree, I don't know how the hell they agree, but they agree on, let's buy Apple today. Done. I'd rather die than do something like that. I don't manage anybody's money but mine. Nobody gives a shit more about your money than who? Say it with me. You. Don't give me any of this. Oh, my roommate from college is a CFA and he manages my money. If he cares more about your money than you, you're an idiot. I simply do not understand that. Don't give me the word fiduciary. I get what that means. Nobody should care more about your money than you. That's just duh. So self-directed investment club is we all get together, we research, we're in our live trade briefs, and then you are the tick. You're the trader in command, just like a pilot in command of an airliner or a fighter jet. You're the tick. You are the trader in command of your portfolio, not me. Okay. We got Max Afterburner. We got the Hunters lifetime membership. It was $22.5. Like I said, today you can get it for 10. That's obscene. But again, these Black Friday, Cyber Monday shit, everybody does it. I'll do it. Everybody is paying a $497 maintenance fee every January 1st. Doesn't matter if you join December 31st. It's for ease. It's just every January 1st. Everybody's paying that fee now. You get access to everything, and then anything we're going to do. And I'm the only guy that does this, folks. You're looking at him. Ain't no other lifetime service in the industry that lets you transfer it to an immediate family member, not to your buddy Steve, an immediate family member, daughter, son, wife, whatever it is. I've had about 5 or 6 people do this, folks who whiz, I'm good, man. I know what I'm doing now. I'm going to give it to my son or my daughter. Done. Put the ladder down. That's what we're going to do. I'm not going to read all these case studies, man. And by the way, this thing has been doing this, like Kavan said back in the day, you got it really cheap. Guess what's going on? Just like everything else, it's going up. So it's probably going to go up. So get in here. Okay. So, like I said, your first option and your only option today, I'm not doing some monthly thing or anything like that. It's this 60% discount, 10K, and the offer expires at midnight. Okay. So, one more time, and then we're done. We're going to trade here. We have a lot to talk about. Trump rally engage. Let me give you the link. Yeah, you can use credit card. Yeah, this is the page you can use a credit card. A couple other folks I saw that they're doing the wire. That's either way. You can click here to request ACH. To pay. It gives you the wire instructions and everything like that, or you can use your credit card. Yeah. Any questions? Yeah, man, you're welcome. That's my job, folks. I mean, I'm very passionate about what I do. I love doing this. If I didn't have you guys, I'd be sitting here in my bunny slippers, drinking my coffee, doing this on my own. Why wouldn't I be doing this? I love it. I love being an F-18 instructor. I love being a options instructor. It's fun. And remember this, man. I love when people email me like, "Wiz, I'm good. I'm going to give my lifetime membership to my daughter or something like that, my wife, something like that." Because it shows that I did my job. You don't go to Top Gun forever. You go to Top Gun, you get the knowledge, you go back to the fleet, and you teach people. Right? My mission objective at Top Gun Options is for you to send me an email one day that says, "Wiz, I got it, man. Give me my Top Gun Options patch. I'm going back to the fleet." Today, no, Bruce. PayPal was charging us some sort of obscene fee, so it would be $10,300. But we have Stripe now, and I don't think the fees are that bad. So yeah, it's a good question, Bruce. Because in the old day, when I did these insane like once a year 10K offers, you'd have to pay $10,300 because of the fee. So, and if I find out there is a fee of 3%, I'm going to end up eating it because here we go. Let me ask my marketing team. Stripe fee. That sucks. So even more of an incentive right now, Bruce. If you're on the fence, you're probably going to save $300 because I thought Stripe didn't have a fee. All right. Any questions on this? We got to get going. All right, good. You bet, man. You're welcome. So I already beat this dead horse. It's gross. I'm Joe from Scranton. You're a criminal. You and your brother are criminals. 10% for the big guy. I got my dad sitting next to me right here, and if you don't pay us, bad things are gonna happen. Flew on Air Force 2 to China with his dad. I didn't ask him about his business. So your crackhead son just flies around the world with you, and you don't ask what he's doing with you. Got it. Just weird shit, man. I've had it with Go. I don't even know who's running the country right now. Kamala's gone. She went to Hawaii for a week or two to get drunk and make videos, and this guy's doing this shit. But we're ratcheting up to World War III, aren't we? Here's your headline of the day. Zelensky more unpopular than ever after 3 years of war. Unbelievable that it's totally believable that going out the door, they're trying to get us into World War III. White House pressing Ukraine to draft 18-year-olds so it has enough troops to fight. If you're new to one of my briefs, we're doing the SOT format, strategic, operational, tactical. I talk about what's going on around the world, then we talk about what's going on around the US, then we get tactical. So this is gross. Cowards fight proxy wars. Wiz, you should be thankful that our kids aren't dying. Oh, I remember Barack Hussein Obama and his husband Mike telling us that Americans aren't exceptional. We're not exceptional. Ditch that American exceptionalism. Except when it comes to this. We don't want our kids dying in somebody else's war. Oh, so our children are more important than others. Which one is it? Somebody tell me. You told me we weren't exceptional, and now you're telling me, well, it's better that other kids are dying fighting Russians than our own. I just can't stand people who can't pick their lane of crazy. Anyway, corporate America launches unorthodox campaign to gain Trump's attention. You got it, Scott. We shouldn't want any children dying in war started by adults. So, I forgot. Tomorrow, no brief. We're doing a joint brief on Wednesday. Susie and I are driving our boy Matthew. Speaking of children, even though he's 24, he's going in the Air Force, and we're driving him. His flight's at 10 or 11 tomorrow morning. So, uh, Susie and I are driving my boy to the airport, and he's going to serve his country. Didn't listen to his old man, but that's okay. So this is funny. Companies look at scrubbing left-leaning policies from their websites and scoping out as, oh, who predicted this? This guy. I remember years ago, Jamie Dimon, after Trump got elected, one of his 12-page notes to investors, he more or less was saying, if that idiot can get elected president, I'm the ruler of the universe. Jamie Dimon, right? Typical limousine liberal. And then we got hit with Me Too, DEI. We just get the BLM shit, taking a knee. It was gross. All these companies bowing to this woke mob. I have warned you forever, you do not bow to a mob, ever. I would rather die on my knees, on standing up, than being ruled over on my knees. You can never bow your head deep enough to the woke mob. Now they're all going apeshit. I'm the chief diversity officer. You're fired. The only DEI I believe in is MEI, merit, excellence, and whatever it was. The last one is, I saw a great headline. It should be MEI. You promote somebody based on merit, based on their capabilities. The fact that this infected the military is a disgrace. All of those people should be court-martialed. The general who allowed on his post a brief that said pro-life Americans are terrorists. The fuck did you just say? Pro-life Americans are terrorists. They had them up there with like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. Thank God this is over. But anyway, intelligence. Thank you, Lauren. Merit, excellence, and intelligence. MEI. I support MEI. I support a man who ages ago said maybe one day we'll be able to judge someone by the content of their character than the color of their skin. So this will be a sigh of relief. You got Zuck the Cuck coming to kiss the ring down at Mar-a-Lago. Screw you, Zuck. I lost 2-3 Facebook accounts for telling the truth. My Top Gun Options Facebook account is still shadow banned. It's a disgrace. No likes, no nothing. I have like 20,000 people who follow it, and they're like, dude, I never see your Top Gun Options Facebook posts. I'm like, of course you don't, because I'm still shadow banned. I got booted off YouTube for one of those COVID briefs telling the truth. I said, escape from a level 4 lab in Wuhan, China. Your video contains misinformation. You are now on probation, or no, you lost your account for 30 days. Where's my apology? Who's that guy that was it Watergate? Somebody got scooped up in something and he ended up being incident. And a famous quote, he's like, does anybody know what office in this building I go to get my reputation back? Anyway, this is bullish. Getting rid of bullshit is bullish. Some Democrats are frothing at the mouth about Elon Musk, and I didn't vote for Elon Musk, and he's got a lot of sway, and he's like down at Mar-a-Lago. I just got a little Twitter battle this morning, which of course I always win. I'm like, oh, so you didn't have a problem with like Soros, billionaires like Soros, and the DAs he hired, and the no cash bail, and the no prosecution, and just the shitholes. You didn't have a problem with that type of billionaire influencing this country, but Musk, the guy's like the most intelligent dude on the planet. You loved him when he made electric cars to help save the environment. He's blasting rockets into space and catching them. And now you're going to have a problem with him? And oh, by the way, my Twitter fight with this guy was like, if you think anyone other than Donald J. Trump is making decisions, you're an idiot. The only person that makes any type of decision is Donald Trump. My deep throat, folks, we were in a live trade brief. Yeah, exactly. I didn't vote for Susan Rice. And yeah, exactly. these unelected people that were running the they're, Obama 3.0, right? But folks, I remember my deep throat at the height of COVID as well. Remember, Trump was going to like shut down the government. Technically, constitutionally, he can't shut down the country, right? But he was going to do what? He owns the executive branch, air traffic controllers, meat inspectors. He could have essentially shut down. Like it was, and my buddy's like, dude, he left the Oval Office like, yeah, we're going to do this. And by the time he walked the short distance to the press room, he changed his mind. Whatever act it's called, I forget, and it's in my book, shameless plug. Here's what I'm rambling about. Bullish. Absolutely bullish. And for all the liberals pearl clutching right now, like, oh my God, he threatened tariffs against China and Mexico. God forbid. And I love Democrats. I hope you're happy paying $1 more for avocados, Republicans. I'm fairly certain Lake and Riley's parents, me, most average human, decent Americans wouldn't mind paying a little bit more if it saves lives. So you open the borders for 4 years, murder, rape, destruction, child trafficking, sex trafficking. Trump wants to close them and is using an economic whip, and you got a problem with it. Do these people, I mean, they have no shame. You're going to pay more for guacamole. Is it going to save somebody's life? Idiots. I can't stand these people. I love them, but I can't stand them. So, for all the pearl clutching about tariffs, I want this to happen. If you were a Top Gun Options member 4 years ago in 2020, we made filthy money trading the trade wars. I absolutely loved the tweets and I remember I was sitting in South Bend. Where's Arrow? I'd gone up to St. Joe's, Michigan to give a keynote for Whirlpool. I'm sitting in South Bend on a Sunday afternoon, getting my stuff together for a great week of trading ahead, and it was breaking news. So Mnuchin, Treasury Secretary, who was a partner with my sister at Dune Capital in New York, and Ambassador Lighthouser, they were in China trying to get a trade deal. Apparently, China said, we're going to wait. Why? We kind of have a deal. We think Joe Biden's going to win, and we'll probably get better terms. Ambassador Lighthizer called the president and said they think Joe Biden's going to win, and they're kind of pulling back from the table. Get on the airplane. Don't even say goodbye. Leave right now. I'm going to destroy them. And he did. And of course, Joe Biden did win. And how'd that work out? What am I getting at here, folks? All of it ended up being bullish. This time around, Xi Jinping has said what? We have red lines and we'll invade. Okay, well, that's a different thing, right? Now he's talking about like, we're going to take Taiwan back. And I got to be honest with you, folks. I've been doing this. I took part in the defense of Taiwan, whatever thing, when I was on the Lincoln or Kitty Hawk, whatever it was. I have no idea. I'm really confused. I know we have a defense of Taiwan plan. I was part of it. But when Joe Biden says we believe in one China, why are we defending Taiwan if we believe Taiwan's part of China? Why do we send weapons to Taiwan? Oh, it's the MIC. It's the military industrial complex. They need to be fed, whiz. Of course, we play both sides. We give Israel JDAMs to kill people, and then we give food to the people that are being killed. We're the worst. We are, without a doubt, the worst group of hypocrites on the planet. Anyway, let's get tactical right now. Let's go to last week, solo Amazon. Does everybody, if you're new, let me know if you want it, but, and the window that you're looking at me in has a camera on the top. I think you can go to webinar. It's the same thing. Somebody let me know. Take a screenshot. We looked at an Amazon Jan burner trade. It's on your screen. Take a picture if you want it. This is the trade I would do right now on Amazon. And it's already printing money from last week. It's the 195, 190 bull put spread to buy the 220 call. Any questions? So now, if you're new, no offense, I'm going to treat you like you're a current member. I'm going to turn this into a regular live trade brief. Here we go. Lauren, indeed, thanks for that. Nice to be winning. You're welcome. So this trade, let's go look at Amazon. Love me some app. Nice pop today, baby. 2% pop in Amazon. You're welcome. I told you. Where's last Tuesday? Right. Oh my God, dude. I wake up in the morning and I piss excellence. Look at this trade in a week. You are printing filthy money in Amazon in a week. Any questions on it? 211, man. I told you, what's all-time highs? 215.90. 215.90 is the all-time high on Amazon. I think we're going to rip through it. That's why we bought the upside calls, the 220 calls right there. This is what's called a burner trade. So this trade is looking at significant profit right now. Okay. We also looked at the difference between a burner trade and a bullish double vertical. Take another picture if you're in here for free. You're welcome. This is the burner trade that I would do. Okay. And if you're not a member, you need to join today. Okay. I'll give you the link at the end for solo Amazon if you want to join just solo Amazon. Okay. But there's a difference between a burner trade, which has right here unlimited profit potential. The potential profit is infinite. Now, Amazon ain't going to infinity and beyond. It would be nice if it did, but obviously just having long calls on makes it unlimited potential profit. The burner trade, unlimited profit. The bullish double vertical has profit capped. Okay. Any questions on that for current members? If you're sitting here going, man, I have no idea what the hell a bullish double vertical is or a burner trade, down here in our members area, you have access, if you join solo Amazon and take the options weapon school training, to options weapon school training. We take a building block approach. This is the market. This is investing. This is our trade plan. This is calls and puts. This is a covered call. This is spreads. These are double verticals. This is synthetic stock. We take a building block approach. So if you just sat there and like, oh my God, this guy talks fast. What the hell's a burner trade? What the hell is a bullish double vertical? Get in here and watch. The holiday, where's Doc? Doc's one of my proteges right now. He's doing all his training and we're going to do a case study with Doc. He's taking 40 grand and I'm going to use him. You also get all your manuals. Print these out. The primary, intermediate, and advanced workbooks. Get those printed, or if you like electronic, use December, folks. Use the holidays to get up to speed. Okay. All right. So, Rick, great point. Rick brings up a great point, folks. He said, hey, I'm going to moderate my front month short call selling. If you are in the long-term bullish synthetic stock that we covered, I think last week was the 206 strike we were using. So you're already printing money on your synthetic stock. I would do what Rick just wrote. Sit on your hands. I wouldn't be selling front month short upside calls against your synthetic stock. Why? What's my wizism? When something's on a tear, either join it or get out of the way. We are officially on a tear. I am not looking at iron condors right now. We had some iron condors in here when we were channeling, but this is a rip your face off rally. And we are very close to breaking out with Amazon. Okay. Lori, yes. If you join Solo Amazon, you go to Solo Amazon right here. Don't forget, folks, if you're new to kind of TOPGUN options, we have an app. Isn't this awesome? Right there. So everything is on your app. When I do a trade here in a couple minutes, I'm going to post it. It's going to go right on the app, and there's the Max Afterburner group, the Hunters, there's Solo Amazon. Everything is on an app. We have made a lot of investment to building a completely new website and an app. We used to do text alerts. Text alerts are so 2020. App, boink, instant alert, instantaneous. It's like quantum physics. quantum theory, instantaneous alerts. Anyway, go back to right here, November 18th. This is where we put on a long-term bullish position. It says it right here. I also covered a new long-term bullish synthetic stock position for new members. Oh, look, I was wrong. I thought it was 206. We did synthetic stock 2 weeks ago at 200. We are now at 212. So you're welcome. I was wrong. It wasn't 206 strike. It was the 200 strike. You're welcome. Any questions on this? So Lori, join if you're not doing the lifetime Cyber Monday offer. I'll give you the solo Amazon link at the end, and you can join. Just join solo Amazon. The replays are always at the top right here. There's the video of the replay. Okay. Any Lauren, the new synthetic stock trade I would do today would be at the whatever strike we're at, all the way out to Jan 2027. Okay. See this? Instead of being the 200 strike, it would be the 212 and a half. Let me go look at the options chain real quick and see what. So we're at 212 right now. I would go out and I would look at the. So looking down here, Lauren, there's a 210 strike and a 220. It would be the 210 strike would be the synthetic stock. Okay. So look at that brief and just delete the 200 strikes and do the 210s. Okay. Everything else is the same. The disaster put might come up a little bit. And then like Rick and I just said, we'd sit on our hands with the front month calls. Okay. Primary brief. Since we're kind of in a Cyber Monday lifetime brief, we have bullish double verticals on the S&P 500 that are working right now. Everybody happy with those, right? Many of you closed your bullish double verticals, right? We put it on right here because this whole, the Trump rally's fading. I'm like, it might have been a little bit of a Trump rally. It was a short squeeze, folks. I have people in my mastermind group that were getting hammered. They were short going into the election. We're not going to know the results for a week, and the market's going to hate it, and the VIX will spike. I was wrong, man. I went to bed. I'm like, it's going to be like last time. He's going to look like he's winning, and like Lucy with the football, I'm going to wake up, and no. So short squeeze ended, and we did exactly what I said we'd do. We would bounce off this green line, which is the 20-day moving average. So we put on a bullish double vertical on the S&P 500. After a couple days, remember, rule number one with a bullish double vertical or a bearish double vertical is if you get a violent move in the direction of your double vertical, close it. Doesn't matter if it was out to December 24 or whatever. Got the violent move, I'm going to take profits. Now we're looking at a good Santa rally here, folks. This is a good stable climb schedule on the S&P 500. Bounce, solid bounce. We got support right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Essentially 5 days at the 20-day moving average consolidated. And now we are at, I can't even believe, S&P 6043 right now, folks. There's no way in hell, did I make my prediction? I think I did that a couple weeks ago, didn't I? After Trump got elected. 4 years from now, we will be talking about S&P. You ready for it? 10,000. That is my prediction. Let me hedge a little bit. Barring Joe Biden getting us all vaporized in the next month, which is kind of a distinct possibility right now. S&P 10,000 by the end of Donald Trump's term. Barring, and I've already briefed you folks, Xi Jinping years ago told his generals in the People's Liberation Army, you will be ready to invade Taiwan by 2027. So the next 2 years is going to have a lot of potential bet. Okay? Internationally, domestically, and I love hearing the Democrats now, oh, if you deport all these people, we might have inflation. Who's going to pick our crops? Do you know you sound like Democrats in the Civil War? Don't take my slaves. Who's going to pick my crops? How racist can you be? Who's going to pick our avocados? Who's going to do my laundry? Who's going to be my nanny while I'm playing pickleball? How gross these people are. That's racism to the core. Assuming, whatever. Here's what I'm getting at. All the pearl clutching from the other side of the fence right now, right? They spent like drunken sailors, and I know what a drunken sailor spends like for 4 years, and now they're worried that anything Trump's going to do is going to, cause inflation. And I love Jerome, people in Jerome Powell right now, like, hey, Jerome, do you really need to be cutting rates like this? The dude cut 50 basis points in front of an election. Don't give me any Powell bullshit. All right. Does anybody new or potentially new? This is our primary portfolio. These are my sniper shots, man. $219,000 in profit, 206 alone in the S&P 500 trades. Does anybody need a new bullish double vertical for December? I mean, it's just so we're busting out here. This is a run. Santa Claus rally is a thing. What do we also get? Okay, Brent, Mitch, Dems haven't been this mad since Lincoln freed the slaves. What also happens, and all right, we'll do one. What also happens at the end of the year? Santa rally. I'm allowed to say, in my home, we say Merry Christmas and we believe in Santa Claus. Everybody's Santa Claus. If you practice Hanukkah, I love you. Happy Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, winter solstice, celebrate whatever you want. We get a Santa Claus rally at the end of the year, man. People, and I'm already seeing it. The stores. There was a headline in the Journal. I don't have it, but it said retailers scaring, people like, hey, get all your buying in now before, taxes go up or something like that. That's over with. That's over with. Paul, that is year to date. So, yeah, see right here, it says year to date. So, ladies and gentlemen, somebody just said, or Pam said, end of year tax selling. Guess what's happening, folks? I'm old enough to remember Kamala Harris saying we need to tax your what? Unreal. I can't believe this was even like people who claim to be intelligent at all talked about taxing unrealized gains. I can't even. It was so stupid. Even Mark Cuban, Rachel Maddow, Mark Cuban was like, oh, well, I wouldn't support. So when somebody pointed out all of Kamala's horrific economic policies, Mark Cuban started to be like, oh, well, I don't support everything. Dude, unrealized gains? My home has gained a shitload of paper value. We're going to tax you on it. I don't have that money. It doesn't matter. What if my home implodes? Are you giving me a refund? No, it's a one-way valve. Fucking stupid people. Here's what I'm ranting about. You're not going to see as much, because what was set to expire, folks? The Trump tax cuts. Who's back in office? Trump. So this was a lot of rambling to get to this point. What's going to happen at the end of the year or what is going on right now in December? You ready for this? Simone. Hi, madam, in Sydney, Australia. Do you think I could still make solo Amazon work for me given the time zone difference? Do you have any Aussie members making it work? Simone, we have a ton of Aussie. Where's Graham? Graham, are you in here? I forget where Graham lives. I talk to Graham on the phone every once in a while. He does. If you want, Simone, I can give you Graham and our other Aussies. Lauren just wrote, I'm in Australia now. So he's at Perth. I would move to Perth tomorrow if I won the lottery. It's a clean San Diego. Charles, you're not seeing any questions or comments because we're in GoToWebinar. When we're in our regular member briefs, it's in GoToTraining, where you guys can see each other's questions and chat together. When we do these large briefs, it's not in there, so you can't. So, Simone, quick answer to your long question. Yes, we have a ton of Aussies making it work. Don't forget, Simone, you will get text alerts on your app. So it's like you're sitting in the brief if you want to be sleeping or anything like that. So absolutely. I love me some Australia. Simone Lauren said, put me in touch with her if she has any queries. So, okay, let's go ahead and here's what I was getting at. The only reason I've been rambling this long, say it with me. Window dressing. Look at the past 4 months, folks. We have seen, not 4, let's look at the year. You ready for this? Have you ever heard the term window dressing? I am going to, guess what? Look at this rally. I think the S&P 500 is up. It was up 22% last year. I think we're looking for another 20 bagger. Look at this, folks. Let me tell you, because I've been in Chicago, I've been working with hedge funds. You ready for this? There are a lot of losers. There are a lot of losers who manage money. And this month they're having to sit there and do what? Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't buy Tesla. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't buy Amazon. Oh my God, I can't believe I didn't listen to Wiz and buy the publicly traded psychedelic stocks. So what do loser portfolio managers do? Before my birthday, December 31st, 1968, before my birthday, they buy them. They buy all the good names. Why? Because they, being a loser, assume that you're an idiot. They think that on January 3rd, when you get their end of year report and you look at all the positions, Tesla, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, what do they expect you to look at that and go, oh, all right, well, we're in all the good names this year. I don't know why we're only up 3% or we're down. That's weird. Folks, it's an industry practice. I've been there. I've seen it. I laugh at it. I call it out. So you're also, and in addition to the Santa Claus rally, people beating each other up Friday for flat screens, and Cyber Monday, people beating me for $12,500 discount. That's the thing. Okay, so let's look at one now. So, Kid, I don't personally, good question. I'll start building our synthetic or our double vertical on the S&P 500. So Kid asked a good question. When it comes to synthetic stock, Kid, I personally, most of the time, do not put on a disaster put. With a portfolio margining account, right? I think at E-Trade, you need more than 100 grand. If you have portfolio margining at your account, you get an insane amount of leverage. So you don't need the disaster put. The disaster put serves two purposes, folks, in case there's a disaster. But Kid, as you know, I don't do synthetic stock on names that I don't think are going to be around in 2 years, right? You only do synthetic stock on solid. So that's the first thing it serves as, is a protection in case, but I don't do it. The second reason I put on that protective put or disaster put is for margin. So if you do need a little help because you have a margin account, you don't have a shitload of money in it, that's the other reason I would do it. But if most of the time, Kid, I do not. All right, so commit criteria. Before the end of the year, I think this keeps going. Here's what we usually do, folks. I've been doing this for, oh my God, 33 years. It's about to be 34. We usually do this. December Santa Claus rally, hover through that car in January as we're waiting for Q4 earnings, and then February is a shit show. February is one of the most volatile months of the year. Sept-Oct is the other one. What do you mean? There's September and there's October. We had an implosion and an explosion. September, October is one of the most violent times. February is the second. So you ready for this? I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen, barring Joe getting us all vaporized. Santa hover January, shit show February. And I'm going to remind you that BLS used to stand for what? The Bureau of Labor Statistics. For the past 4 years, it stood for Biden labor statistics. You and I, who buy eggs and gas and everything and live in the country, knew that everything sucked. But we were told for 4 years that everything was great. If it sucks, it just sucks for you. Deal with it. I'm telling you, folks, Donald Trump is getting handed cooked books. He is going to get a shit sandwich. But it's kind of a gift, right? Hey, Jerome, because I sat here with you all watching press conferences with the Fed. Hey, Jerome, yeah, it's Wiz from Top Gun Options. You just gave us 30 minutes of everything's great. Why are you cutting rates? Stock market's going higher and you're cutting rates as everything's great. I thought you cut rates when everything's shitty. So Donald Trump he'll probably fire Jerome Powell. You can't fire me. I'm independent. Ain't nobody independent in this government. It says for cause. He can fire Jerome Powell. But folks, if Donald Trump, if the BLS actually starts coming out and giving truth, yeah, things kind of suck. Trump's going to be like, I got handed cookbooks. Nobody cooks the books better than me. Believe me. Jerome, what are you doing? / we need an emergency rate cut. You didn't, you're fired. So that's a potential threat as well. We start seeing a little bit of, oh, wow, the economy sucks. Oh, it does? That's weird. So let's get a bullish double vertical on that covers. Let's go out a little bit. The existing one we have was out to Dece 24. Let's just do a month. Is there a January 2nd right there? Let's do January 22nd. And for folks that are new, let me show you what I do. We are at 60.36 on the S&P 500. There's a 60.30 strike and there's a 60.40. Literally, we're right in between and there's no strike there. So tie goes with the runner. I'll look at the in the money right here. I look at this first. It's called the at the money straddle. We're close, but this isn't going to be perfect. Let's go to January 2nd. The at the money straddle for January 22nd is coming in at 132 bucks. That means the options market is saying we could go up 132 or down 132. A total straddle of what? 260. So, and then I don't know why when I click that, both strikes go away. 60, 30. Hang on one second. 60, 30, and then 60, 30. So, why do I look at this? Because it doesn't matter what I feel or what a chart looks like. This is what the options market is pricing as a potential move. All right. So let's look at price first. 60, 30, 60, 30. There we go. Okay. So the high forecast is 61. Let's go down a little bit. 61.75. And the bottom is 58.80. All right. Now that we've looked at that, let's go look at the chart. Jan 02. Jan 02. Okay, so let me close the chart a little bit. 6 months. The bottom is 58.80. So 58.80 would be, so 58.45 is the 50-day moving average. 59.45 is the 20-day moving average. So literally 58.80, there's 5,900, is right in between the 20-day and the 50-day. Even when we dip below it right here, we didn't, that was just a little bit of a dip. This one, we smashed down to the 50, but got a solid bounce off to that. That was going into the election crazy shit. So anyway, so let's start building our trade down there at around 5,900. Remember, the S&P 500 likes round numbers, okay? Somebody asked about contracts earlier. I'm not ignoring your question. I'm waiting for this. So this is a trade that's 31 days out. Let's go down to 5,900. We're going to do I'm going to be bullish. I'm using puts and it's a spread. This will be a bull put spread down here at 5,900. And unfortunately, it's got to be $10 wide strikes. I usually do $5, but they're not available. Okay. So let me just take a look at our risk to reward. Nope, not good enough. We're going to have to go up a little bit. I'm going to go up to 59.25 and see what that does. Oh my gosh. So folks, as I'm building this, folks, if you do Jan 3rd, okay, let's do that. Let's go to Jan 3rd. I appreciate that mutual support. If you go out a little bit by a day, I appreciate that. I think we're going to have to go up to 59.50 to find any sort of premium. Wow. What am I? Let me explain what I'm doing here for folks who are new. My minimum risk to reward with a credit spread, which a bull put spread is 1 to 0.25, unless I have another offsetting spread on, like in an iron condor. So looking at the options pricing right now, anecdotally, the skew is what? To the upside. The market is telling me right now, dude, we ain't going to give you a lot of premium. Of course, there's going to be a Santa rally. And I didn't look at this, but let's go look at this. Delete that and go to that. Folks, look at all the upside options open interest versus the downside over here. So I've been doing this for 33 years, folks, and that's the market's going, hey, whiz, duh. Everything you just told them, window dressing, end of year this, and Santa Claus rally, it's in here. So we're going to have to come up a little bit on our bull put spread. Why am I doing a bull put spread right now? Because I'm going to get paid to do it, and I'm going to take that payment and go get a bull call spread or just buy some calls. So this is the spread I'd probably do. I'd sell a single Jan 3 59.75 put. That's me saying by January 3rd, the S&P 500 is not below 59.75. What if you're wrong, Wiz? Happens randomly, but it can. That's why we buy the downside put, right? So I'm bullish. I'm using puts, and it's a spread. This tactic is called a bull put spread. It's also called what? A credit spread. You're getting paid to do it. Okay, bringing in a credit. Now, S&P is coming down a little bit towards 60.25. So let's try and get $1.20. Let's just put in $1.20 there. Before we move on, you're writing all this stuff down on your trade plan. I'll give you a trade plan when you sign up for Top Gun options. Double the credit you're taking in. If we take in $1.20, write down on your trade plan $2.40. And I want you to write down the words, maybe eject. Ladies and gentlemen, I do not want to take a max loss in any trade. So I put down an eject point. I haven't even talked about profit or anything yet. Okay. Tim, Wiz, you're only the second person I've encountered in my 68 years with the same birthday as mine. That's awesome, Tim. I love it. Tim, about 3 years ago, I was told this, and I hadn't heard that for 51 years of my life. You and I can never say our birthday is next year. It's a little bit of a brain teaser for some people. My kids hate it because every December 31st we go out to dinner, and I always say what? I can't say my birthday is next year. When is my birthday on December 31st? This year. When is it at 11:59? It's this year. What is it at midnight on January 1st? It's this year. So Tim and I can only say that our birthday is this year. Little brain teaser for you. Oh, look, we could almost gotten $1 fund. So write that down. You maybe eject out of this trade. If I'm wrong, man, Joe Biden's going to get us all killed and bad things happen and the S&P starts doing this. Write down on your trade. We haven't even placed this trade yet, and we're talking about maybe exiting it. That's what we do. Now, the first place we look when I click on this analyze tool up here is what? Max potential loss. Do not ever look at max potential profit first. What's the point? If you're not okay with this risk, why would you say, I'm still going to do it because I want to make that? Wrong. The first place you always look is max potential loss. And as the tick, the trader in command, you put a checkbox right there. I acknowledge that is the risk. Now you can look up at the max potential profit and go, okay, cool. Right? So with a bull put spread, we make money 3 out of 4 ways, don't we? There is the current price of the S&P 500. That dotted line right there. Everybody see it? How do we make money in this trade? S&P 500 goes up. Cha-ching. The S&P 500 is just hovering, Wiz. It's hanging out. It didn't do anything for a month. We were hanging out level. You make money. Ladies and gentlemen, we can even make money if the S&P goes down a little bit, as long as it stays above our break even at 59.73. What's the 1 out of 4 ways this trade loses money? S&P 500 implodes. And you don't eject at 240. Double the credit you take in. Okay? Now, 7, 8, 9. If you're looking at a 70, 80, or 90% profit on this credit you take in, close it. Do not turn a 70, 80, 90% profit into a 100% losing trade. Do not sit here looking at an 85% profit in a couple weeks and go, there's more profit left. I'm just going to let it ride. And you wake up one day, breaking news, Joe Biden got us all killed. And you turned an 85% winner into a 100% loser. Nobody has gone broke taking a profit. Steve Miller Band, go on, take the money and run. So ladies and gentlemen, we haven't even placed this trade, and you know when to get out for profit and when to eject for loss. Haven't even fired it yet. Does everybody understand this? This is why this is called a brief. This is why I don't send out 90 million trade alerts. Hey, I'm closing this trade now. I'm good. I already told you what to do. This is why if you fly with a fighter pilot, it's eerily quiet over the radio. We're doing everything we briefed. When is there a lot of chatter on the radio with a fighter pilot? When things ain't going as briefed, right? Okay. As far as real contracts, I would personally do in $100,000 mono portfolio where I'm only deploying 50 grand in cash because the other 50's sitting in cash. I would do 15 contracts. I'd risk 57 to make 1,800 bucks. So whoever asked earlier about contract size, my SOP, you got to come up with your own. My SOP is I don't want to risk more than 5% of my model portfolio, which is 100 grand, on any one trade. Why? That's me. I've been doing this, and that's what I came up with. I think it was like maybe 2.5 when I started, maybe 10% when I was an idiot, and I found out that was dumb. 5%'s my SOP. You have to come up with your own. Do you like 5? Do you like 2.5? Do you like 1? Do not do 10. Because if you have one trade that kicks you in the gut, you're gonna be sad. Okay. Any questions on any of that, folks? That's the bull put spread. Okay. Just a day order, and that's what I do. And we're, the S&P's flopping around here. So now I'm going to take that credit and I'm going to add option and I'm going to buy a call. What was the top? 61.75 was the top. Let's go up to like 61.50. Okay. Call. Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is a burner trade. Why? Because this is me and my F-18 Hornet and Max Afterburner going down the runway. I get to the fence and I pull straight up. Unlimited profit. Now, the cost of this trade just went up a lot. We're coming out of pocket 3,400 bucks. Why? Let's go up to the 61.75, like literally the at the money straddle. Let's see how much. All right. Well, if you save $1,000 bucks, if you go up and do the 61.75, Vic, if you're planning for 70% profit, do you ever place an order to close the trade? I do. I don't do it all the time. Sometimes I'm slack and I forget, but yeah, you should put an order to close it. And there's conditional orders too. You can put like, hey, if it goes down to this, eject. If it goes up to this, close it for profit. Yes. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this trade on your screen has unlimited potential profit. It's called a burner trade. Now, why don't we put a lid on it? Why don't we sell the 6,200 call and put a roof on it? So look at this. Now we're only spending 525 bucks, but instead of unlimited profit, we have what? Limited profit of $2,000. Our max potential loss is $1,000. The max potential grand, we could potentially double our money. You're risking one to make two. This trade on your screen is called a bullish double vertical. What's that mean? It's just two vertical spreads on top of each other with the same strategic mindset, bullish. You ready? Here's the bull put spread. Here's the bull call spread. Bullish double vertical. It's just two vertical spreads, folks, stacked on top of each other. Very, very simple. It might look like a lot. It ain't. I built it nice and slow so you could follow along. Okay. Now, before Ann asks, because she always does, let me grab a screenshot of this so I can give this to our potential new members. And I'll give you the solo Amazon link at the end or the full throttle link if you want to join those services. If you're not doing the lifetime, yeah, we're getting close. I'm grabbing screenshots because I need to put this trade in the app and get it out to people. SPX 1113, and then I'll look at real contracts real quick. Grab a screenshot of this. Okay. Screenshot SPX 1113 metric. Okay, real quick though, folks, and man, I went way too long. I'm sorry, probably too much ranting at the beginning. But folks, this bull put spread right here is a credit spread, right? It likes the Greek that you're going to learn about in your training called theta. It likes time decay eating away at it. This bull call spread down here does not like theta, right? So if we get a violent move in the direction of this trade, S&P 500 rips higher, I would close the debit spread, the bull call spread first. Take profits in that one and let the bull put spread ride for 7, 8, 9. Or if you get a violent move in the direction of the bullish double vertical, close them both. That's what we've been doing. If you're new to TOPGUN options, folks, we have been I just showed you the men lie trades down. In these type of times here, folks, this was bullish double vertical and bearish double vertical central. This is, and then, when it gets boring in here, we don't do, this was double vertical. Now we're back to double vertical. Okay. So I absolutely love these S&P 500 trades, double verticals, man. And for a while there, if you were back here, folks, we had on dueling double verticals. We'd have bearish and bullish. Why? Because I'm like, man, we're whipping up. There's all sorts of craziness going on. You can have dueling double verticals on. When one hits, you close that one. Eventually, the other one's going to come around too. Okay, I love having the dueling double verticals. This was like the Battle of Britain back here. This was awesome. Dueling double verticals. Yeah. All right, real quick, I'm going to show you this. Let's go over to our group. So the hunters is kind of like the junior lifetime group. They're still paying for all their stuff, but they have their own app and their own thread in here. So let's go over here to the hunters. Right here. There's 335 members. Whoops. So trade alerts. We have two threads. There's intel and commentary and the trade alerts. So I'm in the trade alerts thread. New STX Jan what? 3. Jan 3 bullish double vertical. and I at everyone. When I at everyone, it notifies everybody in the channel of the trade. So I click on the little photo thing down here, and it goes to desktop. There's the SPX. Click it again. There's the metrics. And then this is if you don't already have the DEES 24 bullish DV. So folks, if obviously my current members, if you're already in the current one, you don't need to double up with this one. But I know some of you took some profits and stuff, so that was good on you. Okay, so I published this, copy, fire that. Boom, there it is. So everybody, all 335 members and the lifetime folks. So over here's the lifetime group. So the lifetime people obviously also have access to the hunters. So that's why I blast it. And then they get the alert too. I don't want to do death by alert. There's 275 lifetime members, right? So I'll post this over here for our lifetime folks. I don't at everyone. New SPX Jan. There we go. And then boom. 275 lifetime members, folks. Plus 7 that have joined, and maybe we got 3 to go. We got 3 to go before midnight. As soon as we get to 3, we're done. The beautiful people. That's exactly right. So now the Simone down there in Australia. Where are you in Australia? I pulled into Perth and absolutely fell in love with it. Then we went down to Tassie. We went down to Hobart. And then, well, yeah, it was Perth over to Sydney on the Kitty Hawk. And then when we, from Sydney down to Tassie, one of the funniest things that I got immediately was when we were in the cab in Sydney, the cab driver's like, "Hey, where are you Yanks going?" I'm like, "Hey, we're flying down to Hobart." And he's like, "Yeah, that's like you're Alabama." I'm like, "What?" And then we got to Tasmania and we figured it out. Trade groups. So folks, solo Amazon, it's only 97 bucks a month. We're done with our Black Friday shit. So if you stole a Black Friday deal, good on you. But I mean, it's 97 bucks. It's our cheapest service anyway. I love Tassie, man. The wineries, the beaches, man. Susie and I went on one of those beaches. There wasn't a human for miles, and it was spectacular. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Let me give this. I'm going to give this to Lauren, if you don't mind. Let me give this to you, Lauren. This just came from Simone. So 97 bucks a month. Lauren, if you can grab that, grab a screenshot of that real quick. So it's 97 bucks a month, folks, or 970 for the year. It's a bottle of wine, man. Speaking of wine tasting in Tasmania. If you want access to our full throttle stuff, man, go to Full Throttle. This is where most people end up. They do the annual membership. We had a Black Friday deal. I'm pretty sure it's over with. If you snuck in there, good on you. But this brief was mainly for the lifetime people. So there's the link to join Full Throttle. It's $295 a month. If you do the annual Full Throttle membership, you get access to the hunters over here. Yes, if you do the annual Full Throttle membership, you get access to the junior lifetime folks over here. Okay, 335 people in here. We have our intel and commentary thread. This is where we post all our stuff. And then this is trade alerts only. No jokes, no whatever. It's just clear, concise communication about the trades. Okay. So solo Amazon, 97 bucks a month. Full Throttle, 295 a month. But you don't, if you're doing the monthly, you don't get access to the hunters. Everybody just do the annual, folks, and get in there. Steven grabbed the Full Throttle deal yesterday. That was smart. You got $1,000 off, man. You're welcome. So that was a good deal. Yeah, very, very good deal. Good on you for grabbing that. Finally, folks, I haven't looked at my phone because I got to get going. Every Monday at 11:30, we have our foundation brief. but my phone has buzzed a couple times, which means I've gotten a couple orders. We will close this when we get 3 people, folks. It was supposed to be 5, and 7 of you snuck in here. This is insane. Okay. And again, I love the other lifetime people like, dude, I paid 20 grand and I'm not complaining. People can get it for 10 because I already made my 20 grand back 4 years ago. So, but in the spirit of Black Friday, Cyber Monday, if you want to take essentially $12,500 off of the lifetime membership, you got until midnight. So, Vic, are you still looking at selling the Amazon bull put to buy the calls? We did that last week, Vic. We did the we did a burner trade, if that's what you're talking about. Go look at the solo Amazon from last week right here. We looked at a double vertical and we also looked at a burner trade. So yeah, if you're asking about the short calls for this week, I'm not selling any, man. I'm feeling kind of a rip your face off. I did the burner trade, making money. Good for you, man. Yeah, Kevin, absolutely. And one quick reminder, like Kevin just reminded me, nobody does this in the industry, folks. It's passable to an immediate family member. I mean, you're welcome. Essentially, you can double your lifetime membership, which is pretty cool. You're welcome. It's funny, man. When I used to go to some of the industry briefs, people would give me shit about that. Like, dude, you're making us look bad. What are you doing? I'm like, well, I think you make yourself look bad. Any questions, concerns? Oh, by the way, if you want to, if you have a question about stuff, just go to our homepage and click on underneath trade groups. You can take a look at Full Throttle, Solo Amazon. You can just join Accelerated Retirement. I think it's $96 a month, where we do a lot of our psychedelic training. Wiz, I know what I'm doing, but I'd like your options training, the 6 sessions that you do. I just want to try it on my own and see how you look at things. That's $297. A one-time fee. So just kind of go underneath trade groups here, but the lifetime deal is where we're good. Yeah, so this, here you go. This was a one-time payment or 12 monthly payments type of thing. You got until midnight tonight, folks. This is our regular pricing. This was the last time I did a good deal. So. Oh, they did, Scott? Sabra paid a dividend this morning? Look at you. Sabra, SBRA. Yep, and it went down a little bit, right? So when it pays that dividend, little cash out of the company, there I buy it. Since I told you to buy Sabra back here in April, look at that. Buy Sabra, 42% gain. Hey folks, so a free trade while you're leaving. Buy Sabra with both hands. It's in the healthcare sector and it's moving in the psychedelics. I'm in a private REIT, real estate investment trust. That is the Death Star taking over the space. Sabra is our little person. Good reminder, Rick. If you want to wire, you got until 4. That's a great point, Rick. If you're wiring, if you're going to do 10 grand wire, we gotta get going here. Banks close shortly. Midnight. It's over with, man. Any questions, concerns? Oh, by the way, smart remarks. I'm good. Just wanted to look at my trading group to see if there's any intel before I head out. You're welcome. Absolutely. Thank you for the kind words. I appreciate that. Awesome, Mark. All right, guys. Hey, by the way, usually we don't go an hour and 25 minutes. I'd rather get my teeth drilled. We usually go an hour. So this was extra 20 minutes of having to brief the lifetime group. And I love walking down memory lane. Never forget, man, where this came from. You and I are the smart money. Legendary investor. I love when they introduce people on CNBC. I'm like, one of the guys that was crying during COVID to shut the market down, that legendary, yeah. I was on the other side of all of his trades. I love Donald Trump. I don't love Donald Trump the person. I love the policies. But when he was tweeting that stuff, I'm like, dude, are you in? And I get what he was doing, right? Stocks are looking good here. I'd be a buyer of stocks. Boom. Thanks for the money, Donald. All right, guys, I got to go. I'll get the replay here shortly. You got 3 more people, folks. I got 3 more people, and you got until midnight. And you got until 4 to get your wire in. All right. And I'll get the replay posted, and I'll send out an email here in a little bit. How long to get up on for Amazon only? I don't know what that means, Paul. How long to get up on my lifetime from Amazon? Well, Paul, hopefully Amazon's going to keep print money and you'll be able to pay for your lifetime membership with your Amazon profits. But I get it at this price. All right, I got to go. Fights on. Namaste. Basi. No brief tomorrow. We'll do a joint brief on Wednesday. I'm driving my boy to the airport as he heads off to training for the United States Air Force. All right, guys. God bless. Fights on. And I'll see you Wednesday. Cheers.